Hello, my name is Timothy Genoble, and today I want to talk to you about attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, also known as ADHD. We're going to go over a few essential questions that we're going to answer throughout the presentation. What is ADHD? How many students have been diagnosed with it? The specific behaviors, characteristics that are associated with it, and how students' behaviors and characteristics can differ with ADHD. And we're also going to talk about the category under the IDEA where students with ADHD are identified, and some classroom interventions that are used for students. So, first thing we're going to talk about is what is ADHD? Well, ADHD is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which is a mental disorder that most often occurs in children and young adults. Symptoms of ADHD: trouble concentrating, staying organized, remembering details. So, children diagnosed, 6.4 million. That is a lot of children ages 4 to 17 have been diagnosed. This is just in America. An average age of diagnosis is around age 7. Age when symptoms of ADHD typically first appear is 3 to 6. So 6.1% of American children are being treated for ADHD with medicine. This is a 42% increase in ADHD diagnosis over the past 8 years. And these numbers are rising. Cases have been increasing dramatically over the past few years. About 5% of American children have ADHD, and the CDC says that 11% of American children have the attention disorder. This is 42% increase in just 8 years. So what are the symptoms, characteristics? How are they different? So for boys tend to display symptoms that most people think of when they think about ADHD behavior. So like impulsivity, acting out in class, hyperactive, so they're always all over the place. Lack of focus, they have trouble giving their attention, and physical aggression. For girls, it's a little bit different. It's often easy to overlook because it's not your typical ADHD behavior as we just talked about with boys. Girls, for example, they could be withdrawn, low self-esteem, anxiety, have trouble paying attention, daydreaming, verbal aggression, things like that. So categories, what are the categories? So inattentive symptoms, this is things like making careless mistakes in your schoolwork, just overlooking those fine details, being easily distracted or sidetracked, have trouble focusing. They may have trouble following directions and doesn't seem to be listening even when you're speaking to them directly, and struggles with organization even in their personal possession, and they fail to finish work in school or chores at home. So some of the hyperactive or impulsive symptoms, this is they could fidget or squirm around, have trouble sitting still. This is something that we think about a lot when we think about ADHD behaviors when it comes to being all over the place, having trouble sitting still, runs and climbs where it's inappropriate, has trouble playing quietly, extremely impatient, can't wait for it to turn, and talks excessively. So let's look at the IDEA and ADHD. ADHD is not considered to be a learning disability. It can be determined to be a disability under the Individuals with Disabilities Act, making a student eligible to receive the benefits. ADHD falls under the category other health impaired, and not under specific learning disability. So special education services and accommodations. Two laws govern special services and accommodation for children with disabilities. That's the IDEA, and then the other one is known as Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. The support of ADHD, or a support a child with ADHD receives, will depend on if they meet the eligibility requirements for one of two federal plans funded. These are the two plans that I just discussed. So what are some classroom strategies? So let's look at behavioral classroom management. You want something that encourages the students' positive behaviors in the classroom, whether it be a reward system, a daily checklist, and discourages those negative behaviors that we see. This approach is teacher-led. It's been shown to influence student behavior in a constructive manner and increases that academic engagement. Organizational training. This teaches children, planning, organization, time management, in order to optimize their learning. This strategy has been tested with children and adolescents, and it's been very effective. So some of the resources that I used came from the Learning Disability Association of America. Had a lot of really good articles and information. Some of the numbers, the facts, statistics, from Kim Holland and Elizabeth Riley. This was a really good article. And then what is ADHD and what's not? This one I really enjoyed. It's by Carolyn Miller. And you can access all these by clicking on the link. And then the CDC is where I got the information about the CDC. Thank you, and I appreciate your time and listening to me talk today, and have a great day.